name is Maria Keller and I'm a digital artist from Mexico. On this tutorial, I'll teach you how to create a Christmas tree illustration that you can use on your next Christmas card. So first, we're going to create a new document in Adobe Illustrator, and really the size doesn't matter. So we're going to go to our Tools panel, and if you click and hold a click, you're going to find this little triangle where you can detach this window. Now let's go and find the polygon tool, click on that. And if I press my arrow keys up and down, I can bring them all the way to the three sides. Press Shift to make it point to the top. And then let's just change the width and the height to 140 by 108 pixels. So we get something like this. I'm going to press Alt and Shift while dragging to create another one. And another one, so just two. And then let's go with our width and change it to 213. And let's change our height to 165. Now make sure that you have unconstrained disproportion, so let's go back and change that value. And now let's go and select the third one, and let's change our width and our height to 275 by 215. Now that I have my three triangles, I can position them in place. So I can bring this one here a little bit center, make sure that I am aligning to my selection, and then horizontal align center. Now let's go right click, arrange send to back, the ones on the bottom. So right click, arrange send to back, position them roughly there, select the three of them, and then let's go here and let's align to selection and make sure that you have press vertical distribute spacing. So now they are spaced evenly. Let's remove the stroke because we don't need it and use this green color that I had already selected in advance. Now I'm going to go with my rectangle and create a rectangle that covers one side. And then I'm going to pick this blue color that I had already selected in advance. Then you can go to transparency, and if you don't see that window, you go to Window, Transparency, or use Ctrl+Shift F10. Here change the blending mode to Overlay. And then let's change the opacity to something lower. So let's go here and type a new value. 60 is fine for me. Now I'm going to go up, Edit, Cut, or Ctrl+X. Select my first triangle, go here with the Draw Inside mode, and then go Edit, Paste in Place, or you could use the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+B. And now if you double click outside the shape, you can go outside that isolation mode. Repeat the same with the two triangles, so just Ctrl+X, go into your Draw Inside mode, and Ctrl+Shift+B to paste them in place. Now I'm going to go to my pen tool, let's create a point here, another point here, and just so we make a triangle. Using my eyedropper, I'm going to sample that blending options. Now I'm going to go to my second triangle and just double click. Let's paste another copy, double click and just paste it in place. So I get these little shadows beneath my triangles. Next, I'm gonna go to my star, click, and let's change my radius number 1 to 41 and my radius number 2 to 21. And make sure that you have 5. Now I'm gonna change the color to yellow and place it here on the top. For this start, I want to do the same, so I'm going to go to my rectangle tool and make one that covers one of the sides. Change the color to this red and change again the overlay mode. Ctrl+X, go to Draw Inside mode and Ctrl+Shift+B. Up next, I want to create a rectangle, so let's go and change the width to 60 and the height to 90. I'm going to change the color to this brown color and select both the shapes, click again to make it a key object and align them to the center. Now go right click, arrange, send to back. Next, I want to create a line, so I'm going to change the length to 425. And now let's give it a stroke of this gray color, and let's change the weight of this line to 6, select it, place it there on the bottom, select everything, click again to make it the key object, and horizontal align center. So this is our base now. Now I'm gonna go and create an ellipse, and this ellipse is going to have a width and a height that are going to be different. So I'm gonna constrain the proportions. Let's change the width to 9 and the height to 12. Swap the stroke and the fill, and change the fill to this dark green color. Now let's place it roughly here, and now while pressing Alt and Shift, I'm going to click and drag to create a copy. I'm going to go and select both of them, Ctrl G to group them, and then align them. I'm going to create another ellipse. This one is going to be a circle, so 28 by 28. Now let's create another ellipse, and this one is going to be 20 by 20. And let's change the colors to this, to the dark green, and this one to this kind of pink color. Now I'm going to go to my direct selection tool, click on the top anchor point and press delete. Now that you get both, select the stop anchor points and then go here to close your shape. Now place it here on the bottom, around there. Then go Ctrl X to cut it. But first make sure that you align them. Now go Ctrl X. Go to the draw inside mode and then Ctrl Shift B to paste it in place. Now I can select both these items and align them. And let's move our mouth a little bit to the top. Next, I'm going to go to my pen tool or press P on my keyboard. And let's change our stroke to 6, the color to this dark blue, and make sure that that is in the stroke and not on the fill, and remove the fill because you don't need it. I'm going to change my caps to be rounded so I get something like this, and then I'm going to repeat the process again here. Just click and drag a little bit, then press P again so that I create a new line. Just make another point there, another one, and click and drag a little bit. Let's do the same here on the top, a point, and click and drag. And finally here on the top, point, and click and drag. Now I'm going to go and create an ellipse, and this one is going to be again a circle. So let's make one that has a width and a height of 20. Let's swap the stroke and fill. Let's make it white and put it there. And then while pressing Alt and Shift, I can make a copy there, another one here. So just keep placing them. And I can change the color of some of these circles so I can see them there differently. So maybe this one is red. And something like this. Now I'm going to create a bigger ellipse. So I'm going to go to my ellipse tool. Let's just make one that is 380 by 380. I'm going to go and change the fill color to this light gray. And then I'm going to align it with my line, just right there, to center. And around there, I'm gonna go and select my line. So press Ctrl C to make a copy, then Ctrl Shift B to paste in place. Then I'm gonna go Window, Pathfinder, and while selecting both shapes, I'm gonna click on Divide. Now I can ungroup and remove this bottom part that I don't need. Select this, go right click, Arrange, send to back. And now we have made a little circle there. Let's group everything by going Object Group and align it to the center. And now I would like to add some text in here. So what I can do is go to Google Fonts. This is a great place to create free fonts and find this Kebit brush. So once you download it, you can go to your type tool by pressing T and type in here Happy Holidays. Now let's go and change the character or the font to the one that we just downloaded, the Kebit brush. And let's change the font size to something bigger, so 32, and the color to that same blue that we have been using on the lines. Now let's align everything to the center, move it there, select everything and group it. So just Ctrl G, and then make sure that you're aligning to your artboard and go horizontal and vertical align center. And with this, you have your own illustration of a Christmas tree. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.